Welcome to Zelda Speed Runs. We have for you from the Zelda 2 Randomizer Standard Tournament 2025 a brackets round 1 game 3 matchup VixRyder versus Toplife. On tracking today is Sheep. I will be your commentator VT Slacker, just here by myself in the booth. We'll get the runners going shortly. Toplife took game 1, was in GP about 15 to 20 seconds ahead of VixRyder, was able to hold on to that lead during a very quick GP. Game 2, VixRyder took a big lead into GP, but a few game overs tightened the race, had both of them in GP at the same time, but Vix was able to hold on. I am sending the rudders off now. Let me make sure everything is cropped all nice and good. So Toplife, the number 12 seed, Vix, the number 21 seed. We'll see what they get started off with. Been getting lots of islands. Let's see. Looking Caldera or Vanilla-like, very open, but not much water, and a grass tile to start off. And the hammer. See if we get any rock blocks on the west here, and our first palace sighted. It is 3 or 6, 2 items in there, so we don't know which one of the two it is. Toplife heading south, sees a cave might pass through the other side of this continent. Chat, make sure you tell me if there's any problems with the sound, because I'm on our tracking page. Vix into Magic Container Cave for our first item cave. And red Dyra's in the dark. Been plenty of those this tournament so far. And Bagu has the raft. Don't know if that's our way out of this area. Vix still having trouble with that red Dyra and decides not to try again. I'm going to check out the town nearby, probably refill. Fire spell in Mito. Toplife finds Rudo with the Thunder spell. Definitely going to check out to see where the trophy is located at. Medicine in Naburu. Saria has the trophy. So it might be chained with the mirror. Might have need mirror to get the trophy. And Guma sits on the candle. Vix already finding a cave to the east. It's Medicine Town in Naburu, which we knew. But that means it's hidden behind the water, though. Just a pee bag in the fountain. Somebody making an very expensive wish. And New Kasuto has the water. So we got a chain going there. Heart container on desert tile on Vix's side, and with the hammer finds Risen P-Bag Cave, and then finds a 2-item P5, just uses it for the refresh. So this is almost a reverse of what we saw the first two games, with Vix exploring the east, Toplife staying in the west, but of course Toplife hasn't found the cave to the east just yet. Our tracker sheep is saying that Toplife did find a cave to Maze Island. Yep, and he is back in the Maze Island right now. Another big P-Bag for Vix. Already up to 3-2-3, but so is Toplife. Well, now 3-3-3 for Vix. Only 70 on the orange Lizalfos and the jump spell. Vix having trouble getting out of Risen P-Bag Cave and back to start. A Moa in the dark got him there. GP on the island. Making it interesting for routing. Vix is going to head south from start and find all the stuff that Toplife did. Now on Toplife's side, we see a bridge off of the island. He doesn't know about the passage, the cave to the east, so we'll probably be checking that out. Toplife is trying to do link feet here. Has pulled it off in previous races, and does so again here. Bridge heads back to the east. So there's two ways to the east. Toplife in Sunken P-Bag Cave. Vix finding that cave to Maze Island. Just a magic container in Sunken P-Bag Cave. But definitely not turning that down. Granny being nice today, only need the 5 jars to get into the basement. Or the reflect spell. We got one of the required kind of items there with the reflect spell. Know where the thunder spell located. Still have to find the glove and a way into palaces. So Vix looking for the other item on the maze, which we know is a heart container. Top Life going to do some more searching here in the east. And Top Life taking a death to that Moa as well. Doesn't matter if it's invisible or not. In the dark, it's hard to see. So Vix gets the message that it's 5 to get into Granny's basement. Does not even go in for the shield spell. Probably waiting until he gets a 5th jar. And Moa's not playing nice again for Vix. This picks up a heart container in Old Kasuto. We've got one town surrounded by the River Devil. It could be either Naburu or Darunia. I believe it's Darunia, but I'm not 100% sure. But yes, we did see Naburu, now that I think about it. So that is Darunia surrounded by the River Devil. And a 3-eyed rock sided. See, we've only seen one palace, and I believe the water tile is still outstanding. Nope, there's the other palace. It is P1 with 1 item. Top Life finds the cave back to the west. With the jump spell, we'll be able to get down stab in Mito. Vix back in Magic Container Cave where he had trouble with that red Dyra in the dark. A lot easier on attack 4 and 7 heart containers. But only Baku's note in the back of it. Our keys in the drop pool, so we might see an early palace dip. So we haven't seen kind of the western part of this western continent. Top Life will pick up the note. We don't have ferry to get to the other side, so that might be needed. Where to next? I think both runners are just trying to find out where to go next here on the west. I believe I caught that. It said fairy spell was in Death Mountain. Which we know the only way there is by the raft tile. Which there it is. And also we see Saria that's mountain blocked or boots blocked if you could go around, but we don't have either. Don't think we're going to be heading over to the other side just yet anyway. And just a one up underneath the table. Just some kid left their Link doll underneath there playing. Vix is in Death Mountain, has the hint that Fairy is here. Darunia has the mirror, which we know Darunia is Larry blocked. So that's Flute to Darunia to get them... Flute and Child Lock, excuse me, to get the mirror to turn in to get the trophy. How's that for a change for you? And all that for Thunder. So all of that is required. And there is the any key. So we have both possible palace access. Vix with the fairy spell, Topplife with the any key. Vix finding a one-item P2, now with Palace Access is going in. Topplife finds this spell. Down the elevator we go. Finds Helmet Head. And the first gem on the board goes to Vix. But there is the glove in Trophy Cave. We still got a little ways to go to get that Thunder Spell. We've already beaten the boss, so that item location can be anywhere. Just a 1-up for Top Life in Medicine Cave. So we see Top Life start to go into palaces, because I think they've gotten everything in the west. Yep, Top Life going into P2 now. This item is doing a good job of hiding. As Vix finds a dead end. Vix thought about that 1-up, but I think probably an up and A after finding the item, so there's no real need to pick that up. It is the cross in P2. While Top Life is taking on Helmet Head. And we're all tied up on gems. And we'll definitely take that cross. All the problems that Vix had with MOAs in the east. Looks like Vix will clear up the west here. See where Top Life goes after finding the item in 2. And Top Life will take the drop. I think that's just going to loop back to the boss. Vix about to find the glove. Still having trouble in the dark here. Unfortunately, the candle is one of the items in P5. Ooh, and Top Life gets dunked into the lava. That is a nasty location for one of those mini Goomas. Top Life is going to end up at the same dead end that Vix found earlier. See if they go back in or if they'll just up an A and leave P2. Yep, and back in Top Life goes. I think that Vix would be heading... I thought we'd be heading back for the last palace here on the west. Does have to go through Saria to get to it, but now has the fairy spell. Top Life will go through Saria first. Vix right behind. Vix gonna get topped off before heading across the bridge. The last palace in the west is P4, which Top Life has Reflect. Vix does not. Vix needs to go back to New Kasuto to pick it up from Granny's basement. And there's no items in here, so Vic's just going to do some grinding to use up that experience probably before up an A. Unfortunately, learning that the spell also works on the 50-50 jar. I think now Vic's just going in just to get those last bits of experience. Up to attack 5 for Vix, and then the up and A, or as we expect it. But Top Life still searching for Karok in this P4. Just to catch everybody up, Fairy is in Death Mountain. Vix got a hint for it. Top Life did not. Reflect is in Granny's basement. You need 5 magic jars. Vix did not have a 5th at the time, so could not go in when they found New Kasuto. And the Thunder spell is a pretty long chain to get to. It is the trophy. And then the trophy leads to the Reflect spell. Second attempt at Karok is successful for Top Life. take the gem lead. Vix is in 3 or 6. I don't think we've seen any windows just yet. And that's a tough jump, plus also that part of the crumble bridge that did not fully collapse is kind of making it difficult. You can't get a running jump. So Vix is resetting the room. And this is P3. It's the second gem for Vic. Vic's going back in to look for that second item in P3. Like I said, we still need a flute, we still need a child. But just a 1-up. So that's it for P3 for Vix. Top Life is going against Rebo in their fight. Didn't see how much life the life spell healed. It only looked like to do 2 or 3. Now Vix is able to get into Granny's basement. We'll pick up that reflect spell. But we'll have to go back to the west for P4 at some point. Don't believe we got a spell tower hint or a spell tower check from Top Life when they were in New Kasuto, so this should be new information. There is the water. And Top Life going to continue to complete palace. here's the item room for P1. And there is the child. So there's one half of the puzzle complete. But need the flute to get into Darunia. Vix thinking about turning in the water. It does a double take, but then we'll go in. Also doing a couple checks to see if they can see what fire is linked to. Very quick kill on Horsehead. Gotta think that Topplife has a little bit of a lead here. Going to check the fountain and get the medicine hint, but we know that is not completely necessary. We just gotta find the flute. Topplife should now know that the spell tower has the water, since he's checked the other two locations in New Kasuda. Now to item P5, we know one of the items is the candle. There is gem number 3 for Vix. Still trailing behind Topplife and without P4 done. Topplife finding a loop back to start. For the fire spell. My memory is a little bit hazy on that one. It was about 30 some minutes ago. Vix did try a couple of spells to see if they were linked. I'm guessing did like his options for what fire could be. Would be huge if it's Fire Thunder. Can take out Shield, Fairy, or Jump. It's not one of those three. It is not Thunder or Spell. It's looking very much like Fire Reflect. Oh, we got from chat saying it's actually Fire Life, because Top Life has the Life spell and has been shooting fireballs after casting Life. So Fire Life does help out and makes it a little bit easier to get through just to tank rooms or bosses. Now, I don't think that's the game changer that Vix would need to try to catch up to Top Life. There's the candle that we knew was in P5. Still think we're still searching for Guma, and I don't think we found the second item yet. This is a dead-end room, so Top Life will turn right back around. The search continues for the flute. You don't have any hint of where it is. So unfortunately the runners are going to have to check every item in the palaces. Trying to think overworld-wise, we have not... Obviously don't have access to the water tile as Top finds Guma. I don't think we've made a visit to Speck Rock either. Okay, Speck Rock was fair. That's right. We haven't found Hammer Cave was the one of the two we haven't seen. I know Vix got one item in Death Mountain and then left. But Vix is right behind Top Life and fighting Guma. Vix still right behind Topplife, but once again, still without P4. There was a drop room there, but I don't know if it goes anywhere. I think that was Zelda dropped into a room that Topplife has already been in. But here is the item room, or it looks like the item room. One of the newer item rooms for 5.0. And they're the boots. So we have a water tile to check. Both runners are heading back to it. Is this our flute? No, it is not. To the Valley of Death, Topplife will go, see how many items are in P6. Topplife not going to try Link Feet on the right side. It seems that Link Feet is easier to do on the left side of the screen than it is the right. But Vix has the fairy and can do fairy feet through the one encounter and is already into P6. One item. Is that one item the flute? So if we think about routing, there is a way to Maze Island from the east, and there's a cave from the west to Maze Island, but it's not near where P4 is at. It's near start, so I think that Vix will have to walk all the way over to P4 and then up an A back. But the bridge tile from the east to Maze Island is not near where Topplife is at, so Topplife will probably up an A after finishing 6 if the flute is in here. Well, we'll have to leave 6 first to go to Darunia, but we find Barba. Almost got one cycle on the jackhammer. Now it's Toplife right behind for their Barba fight. And their Jackhammer. I think that's the first time I've seen a race where both runners use the Jackhammer on Barba. Both expertly done. No death into the lava. 6, 6, 7, the final levels for Toplife. Vix has one more gem remaining, but might burn it. He has burned the last gem on race 1 and 2. Would not be surprised it is done here as well. And here's an item in 6. Is it the flute? No. So I think it's Hammer Cave's the only thing left, I believe. Alright, to answer chat, Drosy in chat, GP is not flute block. Thunder is flute block due to a long chain. It is flute and needed to get into Darunia with the child to get the mirror, mirror to get the trophy, trophy gets you thunder. And Vix immediately finds Hammer Cave. Now Toplife is in there, has the candle, so this should be a little bit easier. But Vix not wasting any time, just going straight for Fairy. And we saw both Maze items. But there is the flute. Vix has not beaten P4 yet. Vix did not have Reflect when they found P4. Reflect was in Granny's basement under 5 jars. Vix only had 4 jars when first going into New Kasuto. So into Darunia. I have the child. Pretty much a 100% seed here. Oh, Toplife accidentally running into a trap tile right on the edge of the forest. Well, this would have, this would have been a 100% seed in the old version of the Randomizer 2, just because of flute on Hammer Cave. So there is the mirror for Vix. We're gonna take it over to Saria. Top does, but Top doesn't have Fairy. Fairy is on Spec Rock. Vix got a hint at King's Tomb that Fairy was there, so that's why Vix has Fairy, but Top Life does not. So Vix into P4, Top Life heading for GP. Or maybe not. Oh, that's right. Vix forgot Top Life still has to finish up the chain. We will see if Fairy is required for GP. It is a lot of the times, but not always. Top Life into GP. Curtain up 58 to 45. See how bad GP is. Game 2 had a pretty nasty GP, causing VixRyder to game over twice. It's short GP, T-Bird required. But yes, a minimum of 12 rooms to get to Dark Link. Talking with Elendar on the race yesterday. The entrance and Dark Link's room do count towards those 12 rooms. So it looks like it'll be about a 2-minute difference on entry, depending on how quickly Vix gets through Maze Island. Oh, but this bird is not being nice to Top. Yep, about a 2-minute difference. But we find Thunderbird. Not enough for shield. Top Life only has Reflect on right now. And a perfect Thunderbird fight from Top Life. Does not get the Quantum Leap on the first attempt, but we'll get over these birds. But another one waiting on the other side of the waffle. First two races did have a lack of waffles. I think only one waffle room between those two races. There's Vix into T-Bird. A little bit faster than Top Life. But we'll have to take a death here. Vix trying to be a little bit aggressive on the pendulum. Does get hit, but only takes a little over a bar of damage, so should be okay. Quite a very clutch fairy for Top Life. T-Bird down for Vix. Lost a little bit of time on that fight, though. Now it is the race to Darklink. And both of them have one life in reserve. But there is Darklink. So almost a repeat of game one, where Top Life gets into GP with a lead and is able to carry it out in a pretty easy GP. pause. Top life side on a beautiful stats page. Yeah, only 6 minutes in GP. Seeing if they will come in for an interview while Vix wraps up this seed. But Top Life will continue on in the tournament. Vix will will get an invitation to the NIT. Let me see if I can find out who Top Life's next opponent will be. Their next opponent is the number 5 seed, the Gob one. That is GG's for Vix. 3 very close races. And joining me in the booth is our runners, Top Life and VixRyder. GG's to both of you.
Yo, GG's.
So what did you think about that chain of items to get to Thunder?
I feel like that was just luck-based seed. Like, this item can be every palace or anywhere basically. And I guess VixRyder also almost last located the flute.
You both last located the flute.
Yep.
Well, not last located. I still had a rock which should have fairy spell, I guess.
Which Vix has the fairy spell. There was a hint for the fairy spell on King's Tomb. So Vix had fairy. The other part that kind of decided this race was Top Life. You had gotten Reflect from Nukasudo on your first trip in. Vix did not have a 5th container, so had to go back to the west to complete P4 while you were getting the Thunder spell.
Okay. I'm just happy that that fairy room was reversed, so I didn't need fairy.
Yep, that would have turned it if there was a fairy, some sort of fairy block in GP, but there was not.
Like, I'm not sure. I was so deep into the hammer cave, so running out takes a while. So I was like struggling, even though I most likely will gain some time back in GP. I had no clue where the rock was, so I gambled that I didn't need it. I'm still not sure if that's the correct choice.
Well, you say you won the race, so I'd say that was the correct choice.
Yeah, but I also would have been able to go faster if it was very quick.
So I must have left life spell in 3 then. No, the life spell is the only thing I'm missing, and I thought I got both items out of 3. I must not have, and that's the only location that I had left.
No, I had life way before that, didn't I?
I'm blanking off the top of my head, so I apologize. But yeah, fire was linked to life. But
I had a 50-50 shot that was life or thunder, and then I'm like, I saw it didn't kill anything, so I'm like, great, now we gotta find... Because I still hadn't done 5 or 6 at that point, which I was like, okay, that's fine. I'm like, if life is thunder, we're just good to go. We're just gonna go. And then the path to boots in 5 was horrendous.
I
I
was
still have
wondering
no
if you
idea how I
needed the
got there.
boots. Like, I was just... I walked on a lot of water tiles when I was in there looking for the hammer caves. I was wondering if it was boots locked or not.
Doesn't look like it
Because
was required, but of course neither of you knew that. You were searching for the flute. It could have been on the water tile.
Well,
You had to
didn't you need the boots to get to Hammer Cave?
I almost think so, but I'm not sure. I was just walking around the first trip there. I was just walking on water.
Okay, it might have been. Might have been just south of your entrance. I didn't remember you going over water to get to that southern to get to the Hammer Cave entrance. So that could be incorrect.
Yeah, I don't know either. But I was hoping that if there was a death mountain gamble from Vex for a flute, that it would be boots locked, then I at least had some choice, some chance to getting stuff back. Because then you clear all the palaces with this boots required.
She did, but then it's entrance about 2 minutes apart between the two of you, and it looks like that's the ending difference was those 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So 3 very tight races between the two of you.
Yeah, like I said, I think these have been some pretty good ones to watch, or at least I hope they were.
Yeah, they must have been.
Well, they'll have to listen to me for all 3, so. But Top Life, your next opponent, of looking at the brackets, looks like it's the Gob one.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't really matter. I'm facing like all the top half of this tournament is just very good players, including some not on the bottom half too. So it's like, yeah, it doesn't really matter. I think it will be rough. I need some luck.
Of course, Vix, you'll be going to the NIT.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
And so we already had somebody in chat say that whoever is going into the NIT was going to be a tough opponent. So.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to just more racing. I'm having more fun with this again, with all the new changes and stuff like that. So I'm very excited to just keep going. Sad that the brackets life ended now, but more races are not a bad thing.
Any final thoughts from the seed, from the 3 races together?
Vex. This feels like
Yeah, no,
just
GG's.
max randomized tournament all over again.
Great. Well, other than that, thank you very much, Top Life and VixRyder, for the 3 shows you put on yesterday and today. Definitely give them a follow if you can. Also want to thank my tracker, Sheep, doing all the clicking in the background to make me look good. Let's see, our next race, let me pull it up. I know actually one snuck in earlier today. But the next one is at 3 p.m. Eastern, so just for your time zone. Sawney Wrath versus Ghost Dunk, their game 2. I don't know if that'll be restreamed live or as a VOD, but definitely pay attention to the Z2R Discord for that. I've been VT Slacker. I've been your commentator for this race. Just want to thank everybody for watching, and we will see you next time.